Hey, Sabrina. Hi, anyone that's joining. Hello, hello. Hi. And bye. Hi, anyone that's watching. My name's Rebecca, and I'm on a weight loss journey. I'm fixing a late lunch today, but this is the same lunch I have pretty much every day. I try to always go on lives, at least during the weekdays, because I'm always eating this lunch, and it's just the easiest time for me to go on lives. Today, I had a session. I work as a real estate photographer, so I do drone stuff, floor plans, all of that. So I was busier today. That's why I'm having a late lunch. Also, my session was an hour away. So I've already driven 2 hours today. And so I'm starving and ready to get about to eat. Even though I'm starving and even though I really wanted to just grab a quick bite at McDonald's on the way here, I did not because I'm locked in and consistent on my diet. So I'm going to fix the lunch I always have. So I always start out my lunches by hydrating a lot. I've already drank a lot of water and I'm going to get some hydration, electrolytes in my drink. Oh no, I think I was gonna have some creatine, but my husband might have put it where I can't reach it. I'm so excited because I always get complimented on my nails and they're press-on nails, but last night I ordered some new nails from Glamnetic. They came back out with some Hello Kitty nails. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. And so I can't wait for those to come in. These have about had it. I mean, yesterday was 2 weeks that I've had these on, so I'll just wait until those come in to take these off. So I'm excited to get my new nails, y'all. Y'all don't even know. They're so cute. He did put the creatine up there. I need a tall person. I can't get my creatine. Okay. I really want to take it, but I'm gonna hurt my husband. Just gotta stop putting stuff where I can't reach it. Alright, so I'm gonna grab my food. So I'm gonna go ahead and start fixing some of my lunch. We got some deli meat, chicken, and cheese to start out. And I'm also going to drink a Celsius for my lunch today. We've got Tropical Vibe. I love this flavor. It has a lot of pineapple, coconut flavors going on in there. Let me get a plate. Actually, I think everything's in the dishwasher. Yep. So how is y'all's days going? Thank you for the likes already. Thank you. Thank you for staying and watching. Again, anyone who just got here, my name is Rebecca. I am on a weight loss journey. I am 26 pounds down since January, and I have a lot more to go. My short-term goal is to get to 30 pounds down, and I'm already so close. I'm 4 pounds away. I can't believe it. But I have more I want to lose. That was just my short-term goal. I actually want to lose 60 altogether, so I'm almost to the halfway point. Wow, that was a long piece. One. Yeah, I hear you. I just fed you. You can't have my chicken. Yeah, I know. It smells good, don't it? Yeah. So, hi. I think I just got a comment. Sorry, I didn't see it. Let me see. Sorry, I'm trying to look past this window. Kim just said, hi, congrats on the weight loss. I'm down 5 pounds since the beginning of May. Wow, congrats, Kim. Every pound is such a win. It really is. Especially for me, I am taking this really slow, and that sounds like how you're doing it, and that's great. I am aiming for like a pound a week, 1.5 pounds a week, and a lot of people think that is really slow. For me, that's like perfect. So, yeah, just stay in that mindset of like a pound a week. Sometimes it might not even be that, because we're also building muscle. I'm building muscle over here. So, what I'm doing is I keep getting these texts. I'm in so many group chats. I don't know how to like, you know how like when you want to take yourself out of those group chats, and it's just like, I also don't want to be rude, but yeah, so I walk 10,000 steps a day at the very least. Even on days like today, I just got through doing a work session and drove 2 hours for work. And I'm only at 2,500 steps. And yeah, I'm still going to make up my steps though. I always do. I never make any excuses. I get my steps in every day. And I also am in a calorie deficit that focuses on high protein. And I hit the gym 3 or 4 times a week because I'm also trying to build muscle. I'm not trying to just lose weight. I'm not trying to look like a man over here, but muscle makes your weight loss look good. You don't want to look skinny fat. The answer to skinny fat is muscle. Say it with me, everybody. Muscle. Okay, so we got cheese and chicken. Let me put this up. Set this over here. So far, our plate has cheese and chicken. And Mama is hungry today. So what carbs am I going to have? Ain't skimping today. I'm looking for my sweet potato chips. I know I didn't finish those. Everyone always comments when I have sweet potato chips because they look so good, and they are so good. Okay. Let's open these up. These are just from Aldi's, some sweet potato chips. So good. And again, chips are not the enemy. Carbs are not the enemy. You are your own enemy if you cannot figure out how to portion control. So, usually, a good rule of thumb is just a good, decent size handful. That's about perfect right there. That's not as much as we're used to eating, but we eat more with that to make us feel more full, more satisfied, and yeah, get to enjoy the things we want to enjoy. What I want to enjoy is my sweet potato chips. So I'm having other things with that. What do we add? What do we take away? We are adding, not taking away. And we'll finish that up with some mixed nuts. And pray that we get a pecan in here, because pecan is always a win. Come on, pecan. Anybody? Nope. No pecans. No pecans. I think I got a little too much. Hoping for a pecan, and I got loaded with peanuts and almonds. It's always a win when I find one, though. Hi, anyone that's joined. Hi, Strawberry. How are you doing? Thank y'all for joining my live. Thank you for commenting, giving engagement. Thank you, Kim. Hi, Ebony. Welcome. Ebony, I agree. Every time I lost weight, fast. It consumed my life. It's about building habits so we don't worry. Yes, absolutely. All about taking it slow. That's what makes it a lifestyle. When you do something super quick, you're just ready to get off of it so you can get back to your normal life and then ruin all of the progress you just made. So no, we're all about making lifestyle changes, doing things where we can still enjoy the stuff we've always enjoyed, but making it more healthy. So I'm enjoying the sweet potato chips that I always enjoy, along with some cheese, some meat, nuts, and a Celsius. And I think I still have room for like a small fruit, or I usually either get a fruit or like a little dessert. Let me see what I can find. What am I feeling like today? I actually think I have some oranges that need to be eaten. That will make it a perfect plate. Now look how much that is. That's why my lives normally take like an hour, because it's literally just me trying to finish this plate. This is a ton of food, nothing bad for me here. You might see chips and think, oh, you would lose weight quicker if you didn't have chips. Absolutely not. I'm still losing 26 pounds and more. So stay with me on the rest of this live if you want to just, I don't know, have lunch with me today. It's a late lunch, but lunch nonetheless. So that's my lunch. We've got sweet potato chips, an orange, mixed nuts, deli meat, some cheese, just a full plate here. I am starving today and ready to eat. So let me just get transitioned over to the living room. I'll be right back. I have a lot of work to do as far as like editing, but I thought I might be able to still like do a live and edit after I'm done eating, depending on how well the live goes. I know like yesterday the live was going really well and everybody was really talking and interacting and it was just going good, but it doesn't always go like that. So if it's not, I'll just cut it quick. I am going to look at the time. It is like 1:36 right now, so I'm gonna try to keep it to an hour depending on how well it goes today. So thank you for the follow. Thank you. All right. Oh my goodness, Strawberry. You're just starting breakfast? I hope you're like somewhere in the West Coast, or yeah, East Coast, I think. I hope you're somewhere in California, because that's a late breakfast, ma'am. Alabama, thank you for the comments. Yeah, I got that wrong. Sorry. Yeah, I'm trying to encourage anyone that follows me to just go ahead and go to my channel, check out my videos. I'm trying to push out my engagement. I feel like I am so stuck in that 300 view jail, and I just like want people to go check out my videos and just tell TikTok people want to see my stuff. You know, just give me some comments, give me some, yeah. That is interesting, Strawberry. Now that you say that, I've actually seen videos saying, you know, you can have breakfast whenever, because you know breakfast literally means breaking your fast. So if you're fasting all through the night and well into the morning, that's fine. Whatever, and you can eat whatever too, like as long as it's healthy. If that's your breakfast / lunch, that's fine. That's how long you choose to fast. Whatever you eat in the morning, whenever you eat, that is you breaking that fast, because we're fasting all through the night. Kim said that's funny. It's 10:30 here and just getting to my yogurt. Yeah, whatever you need. I know a lot of people eat really light for breakfast. Like it might just be like a protein shake and that's it. I can't do that, mostly because I need a lot more energy. I like to turn my plate around just for anyone that's joining the live can see what I'm eating. So I gotta calm down for a second. I just got through with like a, hi, thank you for the comment. Yes, you asked what am I eating? That's a great question. I just started on my lunch. So, first and foremost, I have sweet potato chips. They're delicious from Aldi's. We have some white cheddar cheese, also from Aldi's. Very good. Good price, also delicious. Some deli meat chicken, rotisserie style, also from Aldi's. And some mixed nuts. Guess where? Also from Aldi's. And then after that, I'm going to also have some oranges. I might not eat both of these. My eyes were probably bigger than my stomach. I probably only have one. And then I'm going to also drink a Celsius with that. And it's time for my press on nails test, where we see if they can handle opening my can. So, and they did. 2 weeks strong. Yeah, I hear you. Please don't meow through my whole live or I'm going to have to put you up, ma'am. Fruit smoothie. Yes. Hello said, that's me with breakfast. Usually just a fruit smoothie, but I always feel the need to nap by noon. Okay, yeah. Kim said, yeah, I usually do a protein coffee early and it curbs my appetite for quite a while. And that probably would be the case for me as well. I feel like the only reason I need more food is because I never know how late I'll be eating lunch. So I feel like I'm always eating extra just to make sure I'm not starving by lunch. I don't like to ever set myself up to be starving at any point because then I will overeat. Even right now, I'm having lunch way later than I normally do, and that's only because I had to work this morning. I drove for 2 hours, and so, yeah, I'm just, like, having lunch really late. And also, the thing is, too, if you're trying to build muscle, you'll realize, like, the thing is, you almost have to eat more because you're meeting your protein goals. So I almost have to have, and it's crazy and a lot of people don't want to hear it, but it's like you truly need to try to focus on building muscle. I'm about to put you up, ma'am. I ain't even joking. I'm not what are you doing? My cat's trying to get outside. It ain't happening. You ain't for the streets, Sabrina. This is the reason for our live break, okay? Say goodbye, Sabrina. All right, and don't worry about her. She's out in the sunroom. She has plenty of room to play. Yes, my cat's name is Sabrina. I feel like that's the most typical black cat name, and my other black cat's name is Luna. We are as typical as it comes. But yes, what was I saying? So if you were on a high protein diet, that's one of the nicest parts of it is you do get to eat more. And in fact, you reach times where you don't even want to eat more, but you realize you almost need to eat more because you need to get more protein in. So that's a big reason why I eat more for breakfast, because I'm trying to get more cottage cheese in and like a protein shake and trying to meet my protein needs along with my calorie needs. So it's a balance of trying not to overdo it on calories and underdo it on protein, because you really need to meet a protein goal as well. But it's really nice because it's quite rare that I go hungry because I feel like I'm eating so much. But shockingly, when you're eating stuff that's loaded in protein, it keeps you from getting hungry. That and fiber. Like even right now, I've said this before on lives, like, used to, if I was just eating a snack bowl and just being lazy, I would literally just have, like, crackers and cheese. I would just have probably half a thing of Ritz, crackers, and then some cheese. Yeah, I get comments every time I have these chips because they do look delicious, and they are. Thank you for the comment. These are just some sweet potato chips from Aldi's. My whole plate is basically from Aldi's, but they are fire. They smell good. I'm smelling them the whole time. And then cheese, white cheddar. We have some deli chicken and some mixed nuts. Kim said that and being in a deficit in general will make my stomach used to less, so I stay fuller faster. TS said, I love Aldi's. And Kim, that is so true. Oh, thank you, TS. She said, I'm awesome. I appreciate it. Kim, that is so true, but I have found that can be the case and also not the case in some instances. I know, like with keto, when I was on keto, and Lord knows that was a fad diet and a very restrictive diet, I still, even with that, reached a point where, well, I don't really crave sugar as much. I don't crave carbs as much. I'm not hungry as much, but there's still a part of me that always still kind of was, you know what I mean? It still kind of was hungry, was craving sugar. And I'm not saying everyone's that case, but I feel like there is cases where we're telling ourselves, well, I'm just not as hungry as I used to be because my stomach has shrunk. And for me, that's not the case. And again, I know I'm going to be eating as much when I'm skinny as I am now. I am eating now as much as I will be then. And I'm not starving myself. I am eating. Like, this whole plate takes me like an hour. And it's really only like 550 calories. But the volume, we have to focus on volume. Like, this will make me so full because there's so much here to eat, you know, and this might not be a burger and fries, but it's a whole plate full of food, and it keeps me full, you know, because it's just like, how can my stomach fit all this, you know? It's a lot. Thank you for the follow. Thank you. Thank you. Kim said true. Yeah, I'm trying to encourage anyone that follows me to just go ahead and check out my channel. It's almost like people that follow me don't get sent my videos. It's like TikTok just decides not to show my followers any of my videos. So I'm just trying to encourage anyone that follows me to go ahead and check some of those out. Give me some engagement on there. Tell TikTok people want to see me. Oh, I got 2 more followers. Thank y'all. Thank you, TS. Thank you, Kim. Yeah, welcome, welcome. Yeah, it's great to have everybody here. This is going good so far. 735 likes. Let's go. Another follower. My goodness. Thank you, Lee. Thank you. Again, anyone that's following me, just go check out my channel when you can and just give my videos some engagement. It might not be the greatest things in the world. I'm still working up my experience with videos, but I feel like I'm stuck in the 300 view jail, even though I've got well over 1,000 followers, and that's like disheartening. I just feel like TikTok doesn't push out my videos at all, even to my own followers. So I'm just trying to encourage that. Thank you, Juliet. Thank you for the follow. Thank you. Yeah, so for anyone that's just joining, anyone that might have just followed me, my name is Rebecca. Hi and welcome. I'm having a late lunch today. I work as a real estate photographer part-time. Very small. I work for realtors and help them put their listings up, give them photos. I do virtual tours, floor plans. But anyways, that's a whole other thing. So that's why I'm having a late lunch today. I had a 2-hour drive today to get to a listing. But the main thing is I'm on a weight loss journey, and I'm already 26 pounds down since January, and I'm really proud of myself. I work really hard. I'm doing everything you're supposed to do. Literally everything. I have zero doubt in myself, in my progress, because I'm doing everything the right way. Thank you for all the likes, y'all. I see 1,400 likes. My goodness. Thank you. Thank you, Lee. She said, that's great. Congrats. I appreciate it. Yeah. I'm mad. I'm happy and also mad at myself because I wish I had just locked in sooner, because I feel like that's all we have to do is just finally lock in. And I'm doing it. I'm sticking with it. And yeah, it's going great. Juliet said, nice. I'm a mortgage underwriter, so kind of in the same business arena. Yeah. Excuse me. There's a sweet mortgage person I work with, and she's always so supportive of me. She's always sharing my posts on Facebook, and yeah, I feel like we always work in the same league. She's working with the same realtors I work with, so yeah, I know what you mean. It's definitely around the same area. Lee said, it's hard. I'm right there with you. It is hard, but also, Lee, what I have realized, the hardest part for me is probably the beginning when you're just getting used to the habits, but also like the dieting itself, just realizing how awful my portions have been on everything, how much I still stick by carbs are not the enemy, but they're also not your best friend. And the way I have been treating carbs like they're everything I should eat in a whole meal has been ridiculous. Like, I still stick by, you should have like 1 carb per meal. You don't have to go full keto. You don't have to cut out carbs completely, but you do need to cut it down a little bit, you know. You don't need to be having burgers and fries and ice cream and everything all at once. You know what I mean? Like, you burgers, the meat by itself is fine, but having that with the bun, with the condiments, with, you know, fries, and then with, you know, a dessert afterwards, that would have been like a normal meal for me any day. So cutting out those regular habits, realizing just how bad my eating was, and just adjusting that has been the hardest part. But otherwise, I was even looking today, there's a lot of people I follow who are straight up runners. Like, they are running. They are doing, like, running 5K. And it's amazing. I could never. Maybe one day. But I just know it's so comforting to know I don't have to do that to lose weight. I just have to walk, you know? So yes, I say I walk 10K, and that can be overwhelming to hear. That can be like, oh, I could never. But I'm telling you, it's so easy. It's time consuming, but it's easy. Yeah, walking is so easy. And also going to the gym is easy. It's easier than you're telling yourself. Because weight training is just, it's all about figuring out the form. Pushing yourself to failure sounds hard, but it's really not that hard. So, truly, walking is easy. Going to the gym is easy. And honestly, now that I'm used to these habits, the eating part is even easy. Because I'm still, like, enjoying sweet potato chips. I can enjoy ice cream in small portions. I've had to cut out other things that I can't control myself on, but for the most part, I'm still able to enjoy myself. Do you know what I mean? So, in a way, it's like, yeah, it's hard, but in another way, it's like, man, this is the easiest way I've ever, I swear I've done everything but this, and all of those ways were so hard. I've tried running, I've tried Stairmaster, I've tried keto, and doing all of those things by themselves were not it. But doing this, I swear, it sounds like a lot because I'm doing 3 things all at once. I'm going to the gym, I'm walking, I'm eating right. It sounds like a lot all at once, but when I tell you, it's actually the easiest thing I've ever done. It's like, out of all those fad diets I've ever tried, this is the easiest thing I've ever done. I just had to lock in and commit to doing it and not, you know, get all like, yeah, Casey, thank you for the comment. Oh my gosh, exactly. That's the words I'm trying to find. It's all about determination and consistency. Absolutely, Cassie. So true. Tan, what if your back hurt every 5 minutes trying to walk? Do you push yourself? I don't know if that's like an underlying condition. I don't know if that's something you need to go over with your doctor. But I do know for the average person, they probably should invest in some shoes, like the right kind of shoes, because it is a lot of walking. I did a video about this of a few things I've invested into for my weight loss journey, and that has been more than worth it. And one of those was some shoes. Like, I will say, if you're going to walk, like, for me, it was more my knees. My knees would hurt if I wasn't wearing the right kind of shoes while I was walking. And I would even be like, I'm not going to let that even be my excuse. Oh, my knees hurt. I can't go walk tomorrow. So, I don't know if it's something as simple as getting the right kind of shoes for what you need. Or if you need to just go to your doctor and see if there's, like, other conditions that you need more advice on than I can give. But I would say first and foremost, look at the shoes you're using, look at the shoes you're using, look at the form you have while you're walking, make sure you're walking right, like at standing properly. Yeah, Walmart shoes ain't gonna do it, girl. I can tell you right now. Tan, girlfriend. I think I called it immediately. You need good shoes. I would look into some Adidas. At least, I'm trying to think of some others. Adidas was the first pair I used. Girlfriend, please throw those Walmart shoes away and then tell me if your back feels better. My goodness. You trying to do 10K in Walmart shoes? No, ma'am. I don't care where you're walking. That's going to hurt. But, yeah. I got another follow. Thank you, Gina. I think that's how I say your name. Thank you. Thank y'all for the gifts. Thank you for the likes. Sorry, I'm trying to look through these comments. I've been talking 90 miles an hour. Sierra says, on clouds are great. They literally feel like trampolines under your feet when you walk. Ooh. Is On Clouds a certain brand? Tan followed me. Thank you, Tan. I was hoping I didn't hurt your feelings with the shoe comments. I'm gonna have to look that up, Sierra. Because I'm about to need some new shoes myself as well. That's another thing you will notice. Like, you have never run through shoes as much as you will now if you are walking 10K. I have never went through shoes as quickly. Because you're actually using your shoes. They're not just sitting there to look pretty. You're using them and they're going to get wore out. So maybe it's not even just the shoes. My husband even likes to get certain kind of insoles for his, because he's crazy and he works a job at a hospital where he's walking crazy steps, and he wears Vans, and he's even had coworkers be like, how can you wear your Vans at work? How are your feet not killing you? And he's all about his insoles. He buys like special kind of insoles to go in his Vans. So you could, I guess, technically even make Vans work, but that ain't me. I could never. One more commented and said, that's facts. I don't know which part. Probably the shoes and how you wear them out, but yes, you will wear those out. Y'all are always so nice, I swear. Live scared me at first, and now every time I get comments on here, everyone is so nice. Insoles, One more step said, yeah, I go through shoes faster. Shauna said, what's insoles? It's like the inside part of your shoe. You can like take the inside part out and replace them with like better ones. Some are like more jelly textured I think Garen gets Dr. Scholl's insoles. I'm not sure. Or he might get more expensive ones. I can't remember. But, oh, what kind? Herp and herp. I thought you were literally asking me what an insole was. I was like, how do I explain this without sounding like patronizing? Okay. I don't know. I'm sorry. Girl. That got me tickled. Okay. Oh, one more step followed me. Thank you. Thank you for the follow. Yes, this is my snack plate right now. Destiny asked, good snack plate. Sierra asked, what are your favorite Aldi snacks? I shop there too. Yes, I'm always putting up videos. That's another reason why I'm trying to ask everybody, like, go check out some of my videos, especially if you're just following me. I'm really trying to get more engagement on my videos. I just feel like TikTok is refusing to push my videos out. But I even do Aldi grocery hauls where I show everything I get at Aldi's. Oh, thank you. Elizabeth said, just followed you from Texas. Hi. Do you have a Southern accent like I do as well? Everyone, if they don't know where I'm from, they always ask if I'm from Texas. That's just where everyone knows country accents to be. Bethany Frankel lunch. I'm not sure, but this is my lunch pretty much. I don't copy anyone. I mean, it might be similar to others, but this is just my snack plate. I have like literally every day. The core stuff from me is 3 things where I have some sort of deli meat, either chicken, turkey, or sometimes I'll have tuna. This is chicken today. I have that with some cheese. This is white cheddar. I have it with some mixed nuts. And then some sort of carbs. Sometimes I'll do crackers. Sometimes I'll do goldfish. Today we've got sweet potato chips from Aldi's. They're amazing. And then for afterwards, I will have an orange. And I'm also drinking my Celsius with it because Mama needs some energy. So that's my plate for today. But I have heard of the Tiffany plate, and I think hers is way different from this. I think it's more, I don't know if it even has any carbs on it from what I've seen. But for anyone that might be just joining or just followed me, my name is Rebecca. And I am on a weight loss journey. I'm 26 pounds down. And I've been just doing everything the right way. I'm not on a GLP-1. I'm not taking anything. I'm just doing everything the right way. The way I should have been doing this years ago. So, what I'm doing is 10,000 steps every day. No excuses. Even today, it's 2 o'clock and I'm only at 2,700 steps. But I'm still going to get those steps in. Every day, I do. And I'm in a calorie deficit that focuses on high protein, high fiber. I need the protein in because I also hit the gym 3 or 4 times a week for weight training. I'm trying to build muscle as well. I'm not trying to look like a man, but I'm not trying to get skinny fat. I think we all know and can at the very least have seen influencers become this way where they lose weight and they're just like, it's just all flat. Muscle prevents that. Muscle gets you looking good when you're snatched. It gives you that curve in your butt, curve everywhere else. And I mean, plus is I'm getting strong as heck. I just did 40 pounds on the Skull Crushers last week. And if any one of y'all are in the gym, you know how amazing that is. And I haven't done that since before pregnancy. So, Ebony said yes. Okay. I need like... Hold on, sorry. I need to adjust my phone, and now I'm trying to look at the comments. So sorry, y'all. I'm such a professional. 1,700 likes. Y'all are awesome. I just realized I did not do my brows today. I'm sorry. I'm looking so weird. I feel like it looks like I'm all forehead today. It's just, yeah. Thank you. Thank you for the like. She said, okay, yes. I can't really tell your name, but it's pretty font. Adventures with Kristen asked, what's your everyday eating routine? Breakfast, lunch, dinner? That's a great question. I will get to that in just a second. Let me check the rest of the comments. And I think I'm all caught up. So let me put you back here and try not to drop my phone. Okay, so what do I eat daily? It's a great question because I think the way I have this set up has prevented me from having food noise or like, it's just taking care of so many problems for me. So I eat the same thing every day for breakfast and lunch. Not supper, just breakfast and lunch. Supper is the only meal where it's like, I don't really have it planned out. I'm not in a routine with that. That is the only meal where like, I almost do have food noise with that because I have to think earlier in the day, what am I going to have for supper tonight? Other than that, breakfast and lunch are pretty much the same every day. So here's what I have for breakfast. I have some sort of toasted bread, low calorie bread. It's usually either a English muffin or a thin bagel. I just got some cinnamon swirl bread. You'd be surprised how low calorie those are. I think still those were like 150 calories for 2 slices. I'll have that with some cottage cheese on top and then some fruit, either some strawberries or blueberries. And I put that in the air fryer to toast the cottage cheese and the fruit on top of the bread. It's so good. And then I'll put a drizzle of honey on it. You don't even have to do that if you want it to be less calories. But just to make it even sweeter, I'll put a drizzle of honey on it. And then, okay. I remember you commenting yesterday. I think I'm going to block you because you just seem really spammy. Okay. There we go. Anyways, sorry. So, yes, so I put the cottage cheese on top of bread with fruit in the air fryer to get it nice and like toasty, and then with a drizzle of honey. And then I have a protein coffee, which consists of just regular coffee on ice in a big cup with a whole Premier protein shake. You can have any kind of protein shake. I use Premier because I love the cafe latte flavor because it just tastes like sweet coffee. So it's just like coffee added to my coffee, and then I can put whatever kind of creamer I want in it. And I love that because there's so many sugar-free creamers out there right now. Right now I just use a hazelnut, but there's so many out there. I know there's like a Twix sugar-free creamer out there right now. And then to top that off, to make it even more just like girly and aesthetic and tasty, I'll put a dollop of light Cool Whip on top of that coffee. It's so good. It's the perfect breakfast. There's a reason I've had it every day since January. And then for lunch, I pretty much have this every day. I have some sort of meat, cheese, nuts, with some sort of little carb. So it's like variety. It's the same thing, but it also it's able to be like changed up, switched up. Like I just know my core is the meat, cheese, and nuts, and then I'll have some sort of little carb, some sort of fruit afterwards, along with like some sort of energy kick. So it's like the same thing every day, but it's able to be switched out in certain areas to keep it, that keeps it less like strict and less, and you know what that's helped with so much? Because, you know, I do encourage you need to get a scale. You need to figure out your portions. You need to realize just how much you've been eating. But you know what happens when you get used to eating the same thing every day? You don't even have to use the scale as much because you know exactly how much you need of that one thing. You've been doing it for months, you know? So when you're having it over and over and over, you don't really have to weigh it out anymore because you know exactly how much you need. So that's just one more thing. Eating this, I just heavily preach. That's one thing people probably don't want to hear, but they need to hear is like, sometimes you just got to get used to eating the same things over and over. We got to stop telling ourselves to get creative with each meal. Because you know what happens? We don't get creative. We just look for something that's easy to fix. I don't feel like fixing lunch. I don't feel like fixing dinner. I'll just whip in a pizza. I'll just cook a burger real quick. I'm not understanding that comment, but if you reword it, I can try to respond to it. But thank y'all for the likes. 1,700. Y'all are awesome. But that's the thing. It's like, that has also helped the food noise. I talk about it almost every day. But that's one of everyone's biggest problems is food noise. And I feel like if you can get yourself in a routine, get yourself used to eating the same thing, I think that's why it's your energy for your own weight regarding the scale. Okay, I think you're thinking this. I'm talking about the scale for like weighing yourself. I'm struggling to understand you, Leah. I'm so trying. I feel like I'm having a stroke trying to read these. I'm sorry. But what I was talking about was like a food scale to help you with portioning. I don't know if that's what you're talking about. Yeah. Bex said, I try to eliminate processed food the best I can. Okay. I do too, and I feel like that's one probably bad thing about being on a calorie deficit is it's easier to track when you have like a barcode to go off of. Like, I can look at this and I know exactly how many calories it is. If I'm fixing something myself, if I'm putting in a recipe for something, like even yesterday I went on live and fixed biscuits. And all of my questions were, how can you track that? How do you know how many calories it is? And I mean, it's the truth. All I could say was, honestly, you get to a point where you kind of can guess how much something is, but that does take a while. And even one girl said, I used to bake a lot of stuff. I had to give up baked goods or baking in general because it was too hard to track. And I can understand that because it is so much easier to track when you have like a barcode to go off of or a nutrition facts label to go off of. And what does that mean? Processed, you know? It's harder to do whole foods or making recipes, doing stuff on your own, instead of just like pulling out something that's already made and already weighed, already nutritioned, portioned out for you, you know. That is hard. But what I will say is do it for like 6 months. Do the calorie counting for like 6 months or more. Do it until you can trust yourself. And I mean really trust yourself. I don't mean do this diet for like 2 or 3 months and then be like, okay, I know what to do now. I don't need this anymore. Because I've done that before. And then you slowly start to fall back into your old habits. I'm talking about now I can trust myself, and that's because I've really been doing these habits for like a year or more. I just didn't do everything all at once, and that's why my results didn't show. But I've been practicing these habits for a long time, and so now I can trust myself, and I can kind of guess and estimate how much something is. I can eat one of my handmade biscuits every now and then and not be like, oh, I ruined my diet. It's over. No, I trust myself enough to know I'm making up for it the rest of the day. I didn't have as many carbs earlier in the day to make up for this. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm trying to look at these comments again. I might need you to just ask the question fully again, Leah, for me. I'm so sorry. Joanna said, I started week 2's shot Monday, and it's like a whirlwind. LOL, it's hard to eat this week. That sounds like you're talking about a GLP-1. I'm blocking this person. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. If you're on a GLP-1, that's not really, I don't want to like offend the whole community because I know that's a lot of people that follow me, but I think most people who take it don't need it. I think most people who take it are just, they really haven't locked in as far as actually being in a calorie deficit, actually walking, at the very least walking, actually going to the gym every day. If you are doing all 3 of those, or at the very least being in a real calorie deficit, not starving yourself, but a calorie deficit that focuses on high protein, getting on the right kind of diet, if you're doing all of that correctly, and even then double checking yourself to making sure you are actually doing that correctly, more times than not, I would say you probably will find you will not need a GLP-1, but that's just me. I'm not a doctor. What do I know? Yeah, Ebony says, yeah, she actually needs it because she was pre-diabetic. Yeah. That sounds like something that was recommended from a doctor. I feel like that's a rare case. I feel like most people don't. So it's hard for me to be completely against something when I know there is cases where people need it, but I feel like it's being very overused. And it's the same way with like Ozempic. There are people that are like, oh, you're just against me finally getting skinny. You're against me like bettering myself. And to me, I see it as you're not bettering yourself by just using that when you don't need it. Bettering yourself would be locking in, getting that exercise, going to the gym, walking, eating right. That would be bettering yourself. I would be all claps for you if you were doing all that, you know. And I'm not against those who need it, but the majority of people don't. Yeah. Joanna said some people abuse it. Ebony said, I agree, it was like a last step option for me. And yes, and I feel like a doctor will know if you need it or not. I can't say, I can't say everybody should be off of it because I know there's cases where people need it. But hi, anybody that's watching. My name is Rebecca. I'm still working on my lunch plate today. My goodness. It's already been almost an hour that I've been on here. Time flies. Anyways. What was I saying? Okay, yeah. My name's Rebecca. I'm on a weight loss journey. I'm already 26 pounds down since January. and I'm just doing everything right. And that's why I'm documenting, I'm sharing my journey, because I just want to show people how it can happen for you too if you just lock in and do everything right. I'm doing 10,000 steps every single day. I'm in a calorie deficit that focuses on high protein, high fiber. And I go to the gym at least 3 or 4 times a week, focusing on weight training, building muscle, helping myself not be skinny fat when I do lose all the weight. I'm already 26 pounds down, and my short-term goal was to be 30 pounds down, and my long-term goal is another 30, to be fully 60 pounds down. And yeah, I've never done that before, so I think that will be really cool. All right, looking at some of your comments. Aubrey said, 15 weeks and 25 pounds down. This shot is helping lifestyle changes. If you need it, by all means, I'm glad it's helping you. Leah, I've lost 17 pounds in 5 weeks naturally. It can be done. Yes, absolutely. Jess asked, am I on a shot? No, I'm not. And I'm slightly against it, except for people who need it. I feel like if you can, I feel like it's so easy for you to lose weight if you're doing everything the right way. Yeah. And that's something I found out. I'm almost pissed at myself because I wish I had just locked in sooner. I could have done this 10 years ago, and I just chose till now to do this. I chose till after having babies to do this. Josie said, hi, how did you find your deficit? I am seeing so many different numbers. I like that question, and honestly, the best app that I have used, that I'm still using, that I recommend, because it has such a gap for you. It's not like one specific number. It gives you like a big gap. And that's what I like about it. It's called My Net Diary. My Net Diary. It is very good. And another thing that I loved about it was the estimation it gave me of how quickly I would lose the weight that I wanted to lose. Again, I started using that app in January when I started, and I really locked in. And it told me I would get to 160 pounds by August. And that's just something I needed to see. And I think that's something most people need to see. Is it's not going to, like, most people want to hear, oh, this will take me 3 months. This will take me 4 months to lose. I can do it in 4 months. And that app told me, no, you can't. This will realistically take you like 8 months if you want to lose like a pound a week. But I've locked in and done so good since then that I'm like a month ahead to schedule. And I'm going to be losing my weight I'm going to be at my goal by like July, because I'm already 4 pounds away. So that makes me want to celebrate in and of itself. But that app is what helped me keep it realistic, keep myself from trying to overdo it all at once. And also, it's been very encouraging. You're welcome, Josie. I hope it helps you the way it's helped me. I love that app. Josie said, that's awesome. You go, girlfriend. That is so encouraging. Yeah, I really love it. Yeah, Shauna asked what app. I missed it. It's called My Net Diary. My Net Diary. I really like it. You can also get it to link up to your watch or whatever, and it'll show you the steps that you're at right there on the home page. I like that too. Ebony said, "Girl, good for you, girly." Thank you. That's why I'm so proud of myself. And I've been documenting the whole way. I've been on here on TikTok the whole time since January, because I knew even in January I was locked in. There was something different. There was something about me that realized it was discipline over motivation. And there's been so many times I could have made excuses. So many times I could have said, I don't feel like doing it today, but I did it anyways. And I'm still doing it. So I'm just so proud of myself, and I just want to show other people we can too. We just have to determine how much we're going to lock in. And that means lock in more than all the other times that we failed. All the other times that we were just like, I don't feel like doing it anymore. It's too hard. No. Ebony said, I can tell you're going to succeed because of your thought process. Very positive. Thank you. Thank you, Ebony. Yeah, I'm very just proud of myself. I don't know if it's because of becoming a mother too and coming out of that postpartum depression. And one part of me is just like wanting to get rid of that mom bod that happened to me so bad. But another part of me is just like wanting to take care of myself for my kids, you know? All of a sudden I have a desire to live longer. You know? Is that weird to say? Like, you know, when you take care of yourself, you're healing yourself. You're almost like, you know, making yourself live more. All right, I'm at 1,900 likes. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Appreciate y'all. Thank you. Thank you for the like, Jessie. I'm about to dive in on my sweet potato chips. Y'all can tell I save them for last because they're my favorite. Ebony, emotional damage for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like the biggest, like, reach I want to give, I guess, is to other moms and just let them know, like, because I just didn't realize how, my first baby, I did not have postpartum depression the way that I did after my second baby. I went through it so hard, and I almost didn't think postpartum depression was real until it hit me, and that was rough. And I think a lot of it too had to do with my body and how, oh, thank you for the follow. Thank you, Josie. A lot of it had to do with my body. And so I just knew, like, and I had my baby in October, so I'm going through all of the holidays. I'm going through Thanksgiving. I'm going through Christmas, and the depression is just seeping deeper and deeper and deeper, you know, and I just knew, like, something has to change. And so I'm just like, get through the holidays, and we're working on this in January. I'm locking in January. So that's probably another reason why I just locked in so hard, because it was just like, I got to come out of this. So I just want to tell other moms. I just want to scream it to other moms. You can do it too. You can do it. I'm telling you, if I can do it, you can do it. And I had 2 under 2. I mean, that's a crazy ride. 2 babies in 2 years. It's a lot. And I'm grateful for every moment, but it can wreck you. Let me check out some of these comments. Ebony said, I started with incline walks on treadmill. Incline does help with your core, and that is good. But if it still feels like that's even too much for you, don't even do, I'm telling you, you can do the most simple walks. Just keep it to a steady pace. I'd say around 2.5 to 3 miles per hour. Just keep it to, that's not even too fast at all. Keep it to that. Get your 10,000 steps. If you got to make it easier, whatever, you'll be surprised how it doesn't take hardly anything at all. Just make sure you're doing 10,000 steps, and yeah, you'll be surprised how much weight you'll lose. Aubrey said, I did great during pregnancy. I only gained 10 pounds total, but postpartum did a number on me, gained 30 pounds. Yep. Yep. I'll have to talk about that here in a second. Ebony asked, did you have any girls? I think as women, that really changes us to have girls. Yes, my second was a girl, so that might have been why. Holly said, I just joined now. What is it I'm eating? It is some sweet potato chips. from Aldi's. Very delicious. Only 150 calories, but you have to portion correctly. As with anything. Ebony said, thank you. I need to hear that. I try to overdo it sometimes and then I get overly hungry. Yes, that's another reason why I try to stress, like, walking is so much better than just straight up cardio or Stairmaster, because that makes you hungry. That makes you feel like you need to eat more. And just walking does not do that. Going to the gym and lifting weights does not do that. Now, yes, you do get hungrier, but not like how cardio does. Cardio makes you feel like you need to binge. Sue's just followed me. Thank you. Thank you. So a comment that just came up was, oh, my husband's messaging me. He's tempting me. Something from Popeyes. Can you get me something with blackened chicken? It has less calories. Yes, you do. No, I want to text Karen. Text Karen. What's the message? Can you get me something with blackened chicken? It has less calories. I got. Can you get me something with blackened chicken? It has less calories. He's wanting to get Popeyes. Well, you can get me something too. I just need to get something with blackened chicken. I've made that mistake before. Popeyes calories can add up quick, girlfriend. And even then, you got to be careful with what you get. But he's wanting to get something. And I feel like I want to get something too. I'm not going to be hungry yet, but I'll save it for later. Thank y'all for the likes. Thank you. Thank you. Y'all are awesome. Oh, did I just send an invite? My bad. My bad. I didn't mean to. Sorry. Wow. Over 4,000 likes. Wow. Y'all are awesome. So, what was I talking about? Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was my mistake. Aubrey. She said, I'm a sauce girl and those calories add up fast. Absolutely. I got the garlic parmesan fried. I feel like just about any other place, they do garlic. I was expecting the garlic parmesan that's like baked, not all saucy. At Popeyes, they have it all saucy. It was literally like 1,000 calories for 6 little wings. Absolutely not. I don't think I even ate them. It was not even worth it. Thank you for all the likes, Aubrey. Josie, do you cut out any kind of foods or are you eating whatever you want within your deficit? So, I get asked this, Blessed asked, oh, thank you for the follow. She asked what I'm eating. I am finishing up my lunch. This is the rest of my lunch right now. It's some sweet potato chips. I'm having a late lunch today. I know it's 2:30, but this is my lunch because I had to work today. What was the question? Did I have to cut anything out? So, someone else just followed me. Thank you. I'm trying to encourage, too, anyone that might be following me to just go and check out my channel. I feel like I'm stuck in the 300 view jail. And even when people are following me, it's like they don't ever see my videos. So I'm just trying to encourage, go and give my videos some engagement. I got stuff on there, like stuff I get at Aldi's. You know, I try to post at least once every day. What was the question, y'all? My gosh. Oh, what have I cut out of my diet? So, honestly, for the most part, I don't think I've really cut that much out, if I'm being honest. Maybe that's just because I'm used to it right now. But it truly feels like I'm not really cutting stuff out. But I've cut down my portions so hard. Like, used to, if my husband's picking me up some Popeyes right now. Used to, I would be like, get me a sandwich. So that's already the breaded, fried chicken with the bun. Get me some fries with that. I'll have a sugar-free drink though. And then like a sauce to dip it in. Used to, that was my normal. I don't even know how many calories that would be right now. But it's just realizing stuff like that I cannot do anymore. You know, and me still thinking, I'm eating good though. I'm healthy. I got a sugar-free drink. Delusion to the extent, like, oh my gosh. Josie, yes. She said, I'm excited to check that out. I'm a big Aldi shopper. Yes, I have quite a few videos. I even show stuff that I got at Aldi, stuff that I get at Sam's. Just about anytime I shop anywhere, I try to make a video of it to show like the different things that I get. Thank you for sharing the live. Thank you, Blessed. Wow, almost at 6,000 likes. I need to drink some. I can't talk. I don't even realize how much I talk on here until I'm done, and then I'm like, I just talked for like an hour and a half. I can't talk anymore the rest of the day. But y'all are just so nice and sweet. You give me a lot to talk about. Yes, Angie asked, am I losing naturally? Absolutely. Yes, ma'am, I am. No GLP-1 or anything. So I am on a calorie deficit that focuses on high protein, high fiber, and sorry, I just went blank. I also walk 10,000 steps a day, and I hit the gym at least 3 or 4 times a week trying to get that muscle built up. So I'm doing literally everything right. Everything I'm supposed to do. Everything I should have been doing like a decade ago, and I'm finally, for whatever reason, I'm locked in and I'm doing it the right way. And so I don't need any kind of shots. I don't need any kind of extra help, because all I needed to do was just do it and do it right. So, yeah. Bonita just asked, what are you getting from Popeyes? I get the blackened tenders. Literally, I don't even know. My husband was just messaging me, and I told him, can you just get me something that's blackened, the blackened chicken, because that's less on calories. So I don't know exactly what he's going to get me, but I told him just to get me something blackened. So yes, absolutely. Yes. Josie just said, I wish instead of points, I would have been more aware of calories. I'm assuming you're talking about Weight Watchers, because that has like a points system to it. And yes, I did that when I was like a teenager. And that was the first time I was ever aware of like actual dieting. And, yeah, I will give credit to Weight Watchers though, because that was the first time I was ever aware of even like reading a nutrition label. If you're not used to reading a nutrition label, at the very least, you need to get on that. You need to at least look at your calories, look at your protein, figure all that stuff out. That is something a calorie deficit, any kind of healthy diet will encourage. You need to start looking at your nutrition labels, and I will credit Weight Watchers to that at the very least. And I think, you know, there was some good and some bad to Weight Watchers. I think there was a lot of pushing to eat their specific foods. And of course, you know, how else are you going to make money? But it did teach you to sort of like portion stuff out better. And I think that is a good start. But ultimately, a calorie deficit is better. Bonita. Sorry, I'm trying to look at y'all's comments. Y'all are so interactive. I love it. Hold on. I'm sorry you got to hear me much. So not attractive. Bonita said, I've been low carb since December. I'm down almost 40 pounds, but I miss potatoes so bad. Girl, you can have potatoes. Don't even get me started around here. No, around here we preach. You can have carbs. You can have carbs. You just have to portion them out good. Bella said, I never knew how all the little things, sauces and stuff had so many right. Who would have thought me just ordering little 6-piece wing at Popeyes would have been 1,000 calories? I'm allowed like 2,000 calories in my day. That little 6-piece wing is going to be half of what I can have all day. No. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Bella Benita said, I want to switch to low calorie. Low calorie, high protein, and it doesn't even have to be too low calorie. You start working in the gym, building that muscle, getting your steps in, you'll be surprised how many calories you're allowed. If you're doing nothing but dieting, yeah, your diet's going to be very restrictive. But if you actually start walking and going to the gym, you're allowed more calories. That's what's nice about it. It's not just about building that muscle. It's like, oh, now I can eat more. I mean, don't have that mentality. Don't have the mentality of going to the gym just so you can eat more, but you know what I'm saying. Anyways, don't be unhealthy about it. Bonita, thank you for all the likes. Thank you. Ebony, I used to work for their small chat customer service. I love that company. Has its flaws, but amazing. I'm assuming you're talking about Weight Watchers, and yes, I'm not completely against Weight Watchers. I think it was one of the first diets out there that actually encouraged, like, just simply to look at how much you're eating and figure out your portions. So Weight Watchers gets a lot of hate, but I think it's actually very similar to what we do now as far as calorie counting. It was one of the first to say, hey, just eat a little less. You can still eat pretty much anything you're already eating, just learn how to eat less. And that's basically what I'm saying now. Bella, a sauce from McDonald's can be like 140 calories depending on what it is. Yeah, literally. And I think especially the ranch, and who doesn't want ranch? And for some reason, I thought ranch would have been healthier. That's where my mind was at. I was thinking ranch was like, oh, you eat ranch with broccoli. That's healthy. No. And I mean, ranch still is. I mean, if you eat ranch with broccoli, yeah, that would actually be healthy. That wouldn't be a bad snack. But if you're having ranch with a fry, with a burger and a bun, with a sugary drink, yeah, that's too much. Yeah, and honey mustard. Why did I think honey mustard would have been lower on calories too? Because it's like mustard. Mustard's not that many calories. Mustard by itself actually isn't. It's probably one of the best condiments you can ever have. It's like 0. So why is honey mustard like so much? Thank you for the follow, Bella. Thank you. I was going to make a Twilight joke, but I won't because I'm sure you're sick of hearing that. Awesome. You're welcome here. I love Twilight. I was so close. It would have, I don't know. The way that I was debating to watch Twilight during my labor. Don't even get me started. Okay, that would have been so bad. Anyways. Ebony said, some of my old orders definitely shook me too. Like, I got a cheese almost fried every time. Cheese almost fried every time. I'm not sure what them. Yeah. 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 It's hard for me to even think back to how I used to order stuff because it was just so crazy. But you don't think it's that crazy. Like, you don't realize it until you're actually paying attention to what it is you eat and how much you eat and how many calories are in everything and how crazy stuff is. Cheese fries. Yes, I see what you're saying. Yeah. You don't realize it until you start paying attention to what you're supposed to do, and then you're just like, what was I doing? No wonder I was gaining weight. No wonder I can't lose weight, you know? Because simple little things like that are just crazy. My father-in-law had like a Pepsi addiction, and my husband and I pushed and pushed and pushed, like, just drop the sugar sodas, just drop drinking your calories. Just that alone can do so much. And for the longest, he would not like listen to us. And I think it finally just clicked one day that he had to give up his Pepsi because he didn't want Diet Pepsi. You know, of course, he wanted the real thing. And even still, I'll catch him some days drinking stuff. And if we're going out to eat, he can never just get a water. He has to get like a sugary lemonade. And he thinks it's not a big deal because lemonade is better than a soda. And I'm just like, there is still so much in that lemonade. And that's hurting you every time. Like, you might as well never get a dessert, because you can never enjoy a dessert because your dessert is in your drink. You know what I mean? And it's just little things like that that you can preach and preach and preach and preach and preach to people. And it's not until it finally clicks for themselves, or they care enough themselves, they're never going to do it. You know what I mean? Like, and I love him to death, but, you know, and that's the thing with me too, is like, I'm in my 30s. I'm not getting any younger. You know, I have my kids to worry about now. I need to lock in. It's time. Like, I can't act like a teenager anymore. I have to focus on what I'm doing, what I'm eating, pay attention to this stuff. There's just so many reasons for me to care now besides just for myself. I have to care for them. My husband's texting me. I can't see your picture. I gotta check the phone real quick. Hopefully this won't end the live. I just gotta check his text. No, I can't see it. If I check it, it'll take me out of the live. I can't see it. Ugh, no, that ain't right. I'll figure this out. Text Garen. I can't see it, but if you got blackened chicken, it should be fine. Thank you.
I can't see it, but if you got blackened, sending your message to Hobby, Garen.
Okay, let me see where the comments are. I'm on here already like an hour, not an hour, 10 minutes past where I thought I was going to be. But y'all are doing the same thing I thought you were. Y'all are being really interactive and sweet, and now I don't want to get off of here. Y'all are just going to have to tell me to leave because you're bored. I'm getting a bunch of follows. Thank y'all. Erica, thank you. User634, thank you. Thank you for all the likes. Erica said, I just started my journey of weight loss and I just can't get rid of soda. I have moved to just diet, but it's so hard to get rid of it. Girl, diet alone, that's a huge step. Don't underplay that. Diet is so much better. I'm still drinking soda. I'm not saying soda altogether is horrible. I have one a day. I do think you shouldn't have that for every meal because you need water more than soda. You need to get used to drinking water. But switching from regular to diet is a huge deal. Do not discredit that. That's a great move. Erica said, on my birthday last week, I got a regular Dr. Pepper, and man, it was nasty. Wow, the fact that you just started and you can already tell that difference, that's a big deal. Normally, it takes like months to tell that kind of difference. But what's hard is, like, especially on your birthdays, you really overdo it more than just the drink. You're like, it's my birthday, so I'm going to enjoy myself. So, you know, you're probably having, like, way too much cake, way too much ice cream, and the Dr. Pepper. And that's where it's like, we can't do this to ourselves anymore, you know. Someone was saying that the other day, like, I have a cheat meal instead of a cheat day. And so that way I can, you know, still enjoy myself more often. And I'm like, yes, but we can't do the portions and as much binging as we used to. Even our cheat meals and our enjoying ourselves, it has to look different than it used to. We can enjoy that Dr. Pepper, but that Dr. Pepper might be all you can have, you know? You can't have that with the cake. You can't have that with everything because that's already so much sugar. It's kind of like the carbs. You can have one carb per meal. You also can only have one dessert. And if you're having a sugary soda, that's pretty much your dessert because that's just probably more sugar than the cake. Crystal Light or Mio in my water. Yes, I drink a electrolyte mix at least once a day. I have to get my electrolytes in with how much I walk and hit the gym. Bella said, I try to eat a little ice cream pretty often to remove my urge to binge. Yeah, binging is a real thing. And as long as you aren't slowly going back into your old habits of eating more and more and more at a time and trying to keep it to small portions, then yes, that's great. But as long as you're not telling yourself that you're only doing it to keep you to binge and then still eating more than you know you should. Yeah, as long as you're fitting it in your calorie deficit, that's great. But if you're hitting the gym, then you need to focus more on high protein, and that ice cream doesn't need to be coming every day. You need to focus more on like stuff like Greek yogurt and cottage cheese and getting that protein in. And then, you know, you've got a protein goal to meet too if you're hitting the gym and trying to build that muscle. Jill, thank you for all the likes. Thank you. I see that. I'm at 7,400 likes. Goodness. It looks like I have a few people staying and watching, so I'm gonna just reintroduce myself. Hi, I'm Rebecca. I am on a weight loss journey. I am 26 pounds down since January, and I am just doing all of the right things the way I should have been doing like 10 years ago. And so I'm just trying to encourage y'all to not do what I did and wait forever to lock in. Just lock in now. I am doing literally everything. I am walking 10,000 steps a day. I am in a calorie deficit that focuses on high protein, high fiber, and I also hit the gym at least 3 times a week, focusing on building my muscle. Because I'm not trying to just get skinny fat. I'm trying to actually look good as I lose weight. I'm not trying to look like a man. Don't worry about putting on muscle and looking like a man. You're putting on muscle to look good as you lose weight. Excuse me. Bubble Guru asked, how soon did you see results? I will answer that in just a minute. Yeah, absolutely. That's a good question. Erica said, I just want to be healthier for my kids. I don't care about the end weight. I want to do things with them and not be tired. Yes, that is a big reason. I know that's a big reason I got the most motivation to just start this, was just being a mother. Something about being a mother, it just gives you an extra drive in everything you do, because all of a sudden, everything you do is not just about yourself anymore. It's about your kids. And it's like, you know, everyone says you don't want motherhood to be your only purpose in life, but I don't know, man. That's just like one of the biggest drives and purposes I have in my life, is just like those kids. They're the best things I've ever done in my life. That's the best thing I'll ever do in my life, is having them and raising them and being the best version of myself for them. So the question earlier was, how soon did I see results? So I did start. Okay, so the thing with postpartum, first of all, which is why I waited until 4 months. Let me get a drink of Celsius because I can tell I'm losing my voice. So when you're freshly postpartum, most of y'all know, you lose weight anyways, just from like having a baby. You know, you birth the baby and then it takes a few weeks to maybe, you know, a couple of months before, you know, you stop losing weight already. You're going back to your pre-pregnancy body or whatever, you know, your postpartum body. So that's why I waited till 4 months, because I wanted to make sure also that was the for sure weight I was staying at. It wasn't like just losing weight from being postpartum. And also I wanted to give my body time to heal from being postpartum. Everyone always says, don't start too early. You don't want to hurt yourself. So I gave it 4 months before I started. I'm a stay-at-home mom. Erica said I'm a stay-at-home mom, and sometimes doing all the steps, eating healthy, gets so hard. I can see that, but I don't know. For me personally, I feel like this is the easiest thing I've ever done compared to all the other fad diets I've ever done, compared to trying to hit the Stairmaster, to trying to go run. This is the easiest thing I've ever done. It's just time consuming. I go walk. I'm putting my babies in the stroller while I'm hitting my 10K. I go to the gym. That's honestly not hard. I drop them off with the babysitter, and that's honestly some of my me time. I go to the gym, and honestly, gym time is not hard. It's honestly one of the best things for me as a mom, and for me and my partner. It's like one of the best date nights almost, for us to go and almost have a hobby together. We're both helping each other at the gym and helping each other get healthy. And I don't know. Honestly, it's making my life easier in a way. I don't know how else to explain it. The dieting part, I could see that being hard because you're mostly breaking all of the habits you've had for decades. But once you get past that, it's a breeze. What was I just talking about? Oh, results. How quickly did I see results? Thank y'all for all the likes. I'm almost at 8,000 likes. This is awesome. Y'all are great. Excuse me. So, if I'm being honest, body dysmorphia is a thing, and I feel like I'm still not really seeing results. I still feel like I look at my body, and my belly looks the same. I still look at look at everything about me, and there's days where I see the difference and days where I don't. And I feel like, honestly, too, that's because of how big I was starting out. Even at almost 30 pounds down, I'm just like, I don't see it. Everyone else in my life can. Everyone else in my life is just like, I can tell you're losing weight. And I'm just like, I'm glad you can, because I don't see it. I feel like even in my clothes, yes, in a way I can fit into some smaller clothes, but I feel like I look bad in them. It's not like I'm putting those clothes on and I'm like, woo, I love how this looks on me. No, I can just fit it, and that's nice. But the scale does help. That's why I'm like, I kind of hate when some people say, don't use the scale at all. Don't go by the scale at all. But I will say, again, I've been documenting this since January. And so along with that, I've been videoing myself and seeing it on video. And it's a good and a bad thing, because I think a part of me also had delusion for so long of like, I look fine. I look great. I don't need to lose weight. I hold my weight well. But now that I'm videoing myself so much and doing things even like here on the camera, I can see how chubby my face is constantly, and I'm always videoing myself, and it's like I can see it firsthand now. I see how much I need to lose. I'm not like full of that delusion anymore. And it's, again, a good and a bad thing, because I feel like it's either body dysmorphia or it's just the reality hitting me of just how bad I look. And so, again, that's why I still have a long ways to go. You know what? There were some construction workers on the road. Down the house, and it's still raining. I hope that doesn't fully go away. It better come back on. There it goes. Okay. Knowing myself. Anyways. So, yeah. But in another way, I do see the results. Of course, the scale is for sure showing me the results. That's one way. But again, the scale, you have to know what to prepare for with the scale, because it's a constant up and down game. But the fact that I am 26 pounds down, I am proud of that. I'm just not proud of how I look yet, Dysmorphia or not, once I reach like this weight I've never reached before, I just know I have to be proud of myself at that point. And I don't know, there's a part of me that's excited and also a part of me that's scared that once I do get there, I'm still gonna hate what I see. And that's very much a possibility. But again, like I've been saying, it's not just about the weight loss. It's about getting healthier. So there's a part of me that just has to not care, even if it's not just about the weight loss, it's about getting healthier. So there's a part of me that just has to not care. Even if I hate what I look like, this isn't about what I look like. This is about how healthy am I making myself. So that's just me putting the proof to what I'm saying, is just like not caring about what I look like at the end, but doing it anyways. Ivan asked, what state are you from? I'm from North Carolina. True Southerner, born and raised. But this is some sweet potato chips. And I had some mixed nuts with it, some deli chicken, some white cheddar cheese, and then I'll eat this orange afterwards. And I'm also drinking my Celsius for some energy. Oh, I did glitch. Mixed nuts, white cheddar cheese, what else? Chicken, deli chicken. What else? Chicken, deli chicken. And I'm having an orange at the end along with a Celsius. It was a full plate, and I'm having an orange at the end along with a Celsius. It was a full plate and taking me forever to eat because I'm talking more than I'm eating. I also had a really late lunch. Probably supper now. But my power is off. Thank you for the follow. Thank you, Tony M. Yeah, I'm trying to encourage anyone that follows me to just go and check out my videos. I feel like most of my followers don't get sent my videos. Even though I have over 1,000 followers, I only get like 250 views on most of them. So I'm just trying to encourage, go and check out my videos, give some likes, give some comments, give me some engagement, and tell TikTok that people want to see my stuff. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Tony M says, I have been a fitness instructor since I was 23. You're very inspiring. Thank you. Thank you. In a way, I realize like I'm not a professional by any means. All I know is my own personal experiences. And in a way, like I know I have failed so many times, but I'm taking that as not my failures, but it's just ways that I have learned more and more and more. And so by now I feel like a pro. Even though I just started in January, I feel like I failed in so many ways. And I know so many people are that same way, you know, like you've tried, you know, you haven't just done nothing this whole time. You have tried something most of the time, but you gave up for some reason. And that's just built up your experience. But you gave up for some reason. And that's just built up your experience to now. Yeah. Tony Ann said it's all a learning experience. That's how I'm taking it. It's all about, what did you learn from that? What did you like from that? What did you not like? What helped you? What hurt you? But I think I am losing people, and that's fine because I have been on here at least an hour and a half by this point. Probably closer to 2 hours. So I am going to call it there. So for anyone watching and you haven't followed me yet, go ahead and follow me. I try to get on live every day for my lunches at least. And yeah, I'm just continuing this weight loss journey. If you want to watch someone lose the weight the healthy way in real time,